Hey everyone, it's Kathy here from Someday Consulting, and this afternoon I want to talk to you a little bit about looking at who your audience is and what kind of information they're looking for so you can connect with them better on social media. So, first of all, social media, as we know, is all about having a conversation. That's actually why platforms such as Instagram are focusing now more on what we call engagement interactions than the number of followers you have. So when we talk about engagement interactions, obviously there's the number of likes. Okay. We talk about comments as well. So for example, you post something, someone comments back on it. That counts as one comment. Then you answer them back. Okay. You're continuing that conversation. That counts as two. Okay. And someone may come back and comment again. And as I said, they're looking at ways and how you're keeping the conversation going. Now, remember that a conversation is two-sided, so it can't be just you putting things in the comment boxes again and again, but they're looking for people going back and forth, okay? Part of that is direct messaging as well. We have a conversation. People may not want to put it in the public comments, so they might contact you directly. So all of those count. Is the information worthwhile enough that somebody wants to save it or bookmark it? Okay, so keeping it for future reference. Is it important enough that they want to share it? They think it might be relevant to somebody else. Okay, so those are the things that we know that Instagram and Facebook and that are looking for, those engagement interactions. That's why it becomes so important that when we're looking at what type of content to post, we have to think about how is this going to engage our audience, okay? So part of that thought process has to be and take a careful look at who your followers are, okay? Who makes up your audience? Who makes up your audience, okay? If you're just starting out and you only have friends and family following you on your account, that's going to be a very different audience than if you've had your business for a few years and have worked on building up your brand and you're following that way. Okay. Things that you want to look at. What do the people that follow you, what do they do? What are they looking for? What do they want specifically from you? So an example I'm going to give you is I've spent a number of years as a wedding planner. Okay, and I have a wedding planning Instagram account. But over the past couple of years, I've been doing more with consulting and social media management and things that way. So the part is, if I were to take the stuff that I'm doing for social media and start putting it on my weddings planning account, it would create an actual disconnect, okay? People that follow me there are going to, there's going to be some people are going, oh, great, they're offering this information. But a lot of people are going to say, I don't get it. Why is this there? This isn't what I'm following them for. Like, I'm following them for wedding planning tips and advice. I want to see decor trends and stuff like this. This has nothing to do with what I'm doing. So it was part of the reason that when I decided to kind of start working a bit more in this direction and have a few things going on, I created a specific Instagram profile for Someday Consulting to keep that going. And I have now the two different accounts. And although there's sometimes the odd thing goes back and forth that would be relevant on both, they do have very different posts and they do have very different audiences, although there are, once again, some people that are on both. So when you're looking, once again, at who your audience is, I really want you to go in and it's almost, you need to sit down and do, I call it deep dive, okay? So grab a piece of paper and you need to look, but you need to think of a few things. First of all, you want to look at who is your current audience, okay? What are they made up of? So for example, one thing I find in a lot of, for wedding businesses is that they have a lot of other wedding businesses that may follow them, but is that their audience? Okay. So if I'm, a wedding planner, and I want to attract clients, potential customers who are going to buy my services, do I want to have a lot of wedding vendors on my site, or do I want to have potential clients finding me? Okay, so do you see a bit of the difference? Okay, now, if I was a wedding professional, let's say a magazine or something like this, or an association membership for people in the wedding industry, then do I want a lot of wedding vendors on my site? Most definitely. But once again then I might not be as interested. Well, it depends on what type of magazine it is. Okay. If it's a magazine for people getting married, I might want the vendors because I want the advertisers, but then I'm also trying to connect with them. If I was an industry publication, though, I'm only maybe looking to try and attract the wedding vendors and stuff. So as I said, there's a very different, and we have to look at our audiences. Okay, so with that piece of paper, you need to look at who they are and look at sort of where you are and what you want. Okay, things you want to think about is, who do I want and where are those people? So what other groups do they follow? What other, industry people do they follow? Okay, where am I going to find them? Okay, we use a lot of hashtags often to do that. Are people in a specific area? Okay, like I live in Calgary. Okay, so our airport code is YYC. So if I wanted to look and see and attract more people who might be in this area, I'm going to look at things like YYC weddings or Calgary weddings. I might let them know that I'm a wedding planner. So YYC wedding planner or Calgary wedding planner. I can type in things like real weddings. I'm going to look at, once again, because I'm trying to attract clients, I'm going to look at things like getting married, Mr. and Mrs., love wins, love isn't canceled, which is a huge one right now amidst COVID and the pandemic. I'm going to maybe type in pandemic wedding planning, COVID weddings, okay? Things that might have today's couples and stuff looking for services, okay? Rather than just, weddings in general. All right. What kinds of other things the other thing we have to look is, what kind of information do people want us to post? So they might come across an account, they're going to take a quick look, and people make instantaneous decisions. All right. So they're going to look very quickly and say, yes, this is obviously like information that I like, or they're going to keep on going. Okay, so if I'm in the wedding industry and I'm trying to attract potential and future clients, then I need to consider what kinds of information are they looking for. So right away, I can think of that they are looking for budgeting tips, okay? We just went through, they say that more people get engaged between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day than any other time of the year. So we've got a lot of people that may have just gotten engaged. So what are the first steps when planning a wedding? Decor trends, wedding trends, vendor recommendations, how you look for certain vendors. The other thing is we might want to look at, because, well, first of all, there's another big one, is talking about restrictions during the pandemic. Okay, they're looking for people, couples today are looking for people who are experts, who are going to be able to advise them and advocate for them. Okay, we also know intimate weddings and micro weddings are huge right now because we can't have the big numbers, even elopements. So if I'm doing posts on those kind of things, and especially including those in the hashtags, I'm probably going to gain some attraction or followers and better connect with people if I'm using those. So let's just go back and take a second to review. So once again, social media is about that conversation. So we have to figure out, with what we post, are we initiating the kind of conversation that we want, and are we initiating with the people that we want? Okay, so that involves going back and figuring out exactly who is our ideal client and what are they wanting and expecting from us. And then it's up to us to produce the content that's going to help and interact with them more. Okay, and maybe that as well, that's things like asking them questions, using stories by asking polls and advice so that you can try and increase some of those interactions too. But that's probably one of the best ways for you to organically grow your following, is by making sure that you're connecting with the right people. So anyways, hope that helps. If you've got any questions, be sure to direct message us or ask in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. So take care and have a fabulous day. Bye for now.